We're heading out of the industrial area of Sydney, in Wetherill Park. Picked up our trailers. This will be our last trip before New Year. It's a Friday night, we're back Saturday. Just got to get out this street. But we need all the road to get out. Because there's a big post on the corner, you don't want to be hitting that. It's 8:15, sun's just going down. And it was a hot day in Sydney today. While we're heading out, I had a question from Colin. He said he's having trouble finding a job due to inexperience. How do you find a driving job, or any job for that matter, when you haven't had experience? Now it is a bit difficult. It's just luck if you happen to get one, and a lot of companies now advertise where they want 2 years experience. So the best thing to do is just keep trying. That's all you can do. When I got my first driving job, it was a 5-ton Isuzu van. Had zero experience driving trucks, but I just come out of warehousing, and part of that job was picking orders when you weren't driving. So that was a retail company, and what I used to deliver to their stores. And then I started doing customer deliveries on a weekend, which wasn't very good, but that's another story. So about that, a mount fell off the window. What you got to do is you got to be persistent. Apply for all the jobs and just say they want drivers, and give that a bit of a go. And if you're good enough to get an interview, there might be some other skills that you can offer that company, as in paperwork, picking orders. You might have some sales experience, working on the counter, even working at McDonald's, so you got customer skills. They may be looking for that rather than a really experienced driver. They might be able to get around it that way. Also look at some of the bigger companies, your Star Trek, your Toll, TNT, see if they've got any programs where they train drivers. Ask family and friends as well. They might know someone that's got a truck. And sometimes you get in first with a company that may be looking for drivers, with someone that works for there. You might be able to get to talking to the managers. Show them that you're keen, that you want to drive, and get in early. I actually found a job like that. They never actually advertise, they always ask their employees. And that was picking parts, but they also done deliveries. And guess what, because they found out I had a truck license, I doing deliveries when the permanent delivery driver wasn't there, and when he went on holidays. So look outside the box, look at some labouring jobs that may have a truck driving attached to it. All you're looking for is some experience. So get that 3 or 6 months experience, to be able to just go out and say, yeah, I'm an experienced driver. 6 months is usually pretty good. Don't always look at transport companies. There's other companies that do deliveries, bakeries, milk. They all use small trucks a lot of time to do deliveries. So look at those sort of things. concrete, of course, and tippers. Go with an agency. See if you can find some work through an agency. They're usually pretty good. Tell them you haven't got much experience or haven't had any experience, and I'll see if they might better find you something. So get your foot in the door. That's the big secret. Now if you're going from heavy rigids to semis, or even B doubles, because you'll probably get an MC license straight out there after you've done that year of heavy rigid. You might as well go there and try and get the B double license, even if you don't use it. Again, go to to get the experience, go to a transport company that's got both, that does a bit of interstate, does local deliveries in rigid trucks, and tell them that you want to move up as soon as you can. They may even send you out with some of the drivers to see what you can do. And once they know you've got it and you're keen to do it, they'll soon put you on. And also, if you're stepping up from going into semis, go to some of the agencies and see if you can get some changeover work. It's not full on interstate, although it is working at night. You are driving the highways. All you're doing is driving straight and dropping off trailers. That's a good learning curve as well. If you're lucky enough to get into get a rigid job where you're doing country deliveries, or if you live in a country town and doing out of town deliveries, well, you've virtually got that little bit of highway experience while you're learning. So you get 2 out of that: learn to drive the rigid truck plus a bit of highway experience. But definitely don't give up. That's the secret. There's someone out there, they will put you on. May not be the job you want, but it's only to stay there for a while to get experience, and who knows, it might even turn out to be a good job that you want to stay. Another one, I shouldn't probably say this, look for the jobs that are hiring all the time. Usually the jobs people don't want to work at, but they might be desperate for drivers and they might just put you on. And there is jobs like that, they're out there, you see them advertised all the time, and there's probably a reason why they can't get drivers. But if they're using up drivers, you might as well use them as well. So I'll just recap, go for the jobs that don't say they want experience. Be persistent. Be keen when you go for get an interview. Be keen. Tell them you want to really do it. Look for family and friends that may know somebody, even someone that might be able to let you go out on a weekend with them. They might work on a Saturday. Just do it for free. See if they can let you drive. You've got an experienced driver with you. A lot of jobs I've applied for, I've actually had to go out after years of experience. I still had to go out with the experienced driver, and they showed me the job. I had a job with Audis for a couple of months. Had to go for 2 days with another driver just to show me their procedures, backing onto docks in some of these tight supermarket situations. And if you're moving up, go to some of the transport companies, show them you're keen to move up. I had my B double licence for 2 years. I never used it. Used to do a single trailers from the border, Victorian border, down to Melbourne. And they knew I had a licence to drive B doubles, but what they did, I hadn't really, since I got my licence 2 years before, which was when I had a government job and they privatised and I left there. My first job, they were desperate. I said, oh look, I wouldn't mind doing it, but I wouldn't mind taking it out just on a Saturday morning and just take it for a bit of a drive around the streets to see if I can handle it, back it up a bit. Well, they were desperate one day, and I was going with another driver, and they said, okay, can you take that from the border to Brisbane? So that was my very first inexperienced job when I went Victorian border up to Brisbane. and then got up there and back again. Wasn't any dramas at all. I didn't actually know the road. I've only been up there once before, and that was probably the drive I went there hadn't been up there for 10 years. So we were sort of blind leading the blind. So you just got to be lucky sometimes. But just if you do have to score a job, just take it easy all the time. Don't rush around. And once you do pickups and deliveries and things like that, you'll also learn a lot of other stuff that happens, not just driving. You've got to learn to do the paperwork. If you can do that well, they sort of like that. But definitely think outside the box. Another company I'm thinking of is Reese Plumbing. They want drivers, they've got smaller trucks, but it gives you that experience. If you can do a bit of sales work as well on top of it. They don't just necessarily go to a interstate transport company that just does parcels and pallet freight. So that's all the advice I can give you at the moment. I don't really know of any. I know Star Trek do train drivers, or used to train drivers. Whether they still do, I don't know. But it's worth giving them a call, put an application in. Tolls probably does the same. Just remember, when you get your license in a heavy ridge, it's probably a small truck, maybe a semi truck with a tipper on the back. Just be careful when you go out and you got that 14 pallet tray on. You've got to remember that the back of that trailer, or the back of that tray, actually does swing out. So when you park close to something, just be aware of that. I drove B-doubles for a long time and then actually got applied for a job to do a rigid truck. Just do deliveries. It was through an agency. It was quite embarrassing trying to back that into a dock, a rigid truck, because I just couldn't do it. It just didn't turn right. It turned too quick. I didn't turn enough, and I disorientated trying to do it. Yeah, it was like that. If you seen me do it, you'd think I was just first day on the job. I'd even run up gutters, turn the corners, because I just get too cocky with it, I think, and trying to be a bit too smart, thinking, oh, this is going to be an easy job. But trust me, it wasn't. It was quite embarrassing at some of these distribution centres trying to back into a finger dock. So even if you had experience, it doesn't mean, you still learn. You always will. If you're not sure, ask. That's probably the best idea if you're just starting out. Just ask all the questions you can. A lot of drivers will tell you what's going on, most of the good ones. Others just dismiss you. Just don't worry about those. Just keep asking if you don't know, if you think it's a stupid question. Alright, it was pretty dark now and I'm going to have something to eat. This was on a bit of a hurry and didn't have time. So we'll leave it here, and you guys have a good new year, and stay safe on the roads and don't drink too much. And I'll do some more videos next year. Thanks guys for watching.